I studied civil engineering in Delft because I was always fascinated by building projects, making projects. And civil engineering, is a study where you at the end of the day can see, what actually on the drawing board is being built. The interesting and the fascinating thing of working abroad is working, with people in different countries, different cultures, different languages, and then working together and realizing these projects. Also, with these international projects, the possibility is there, to learn, to have a steeper learning curve, to learn quicker. You're getting more exposure, so you can grow your capability quite quickly. I'm now working 22 years with BAM International. Sometimes people ask you, how is it possible that you work for 22 years for the same company? And funnily enough, if people ask the question, there is a straight answer. 22 years, with the same company. Yes, in the name the same company, and in the spirit and in the experience the same company, but always on a different location, different project, different clients, different project teams, different roles. So never a dull moment, I would say. And from day one until today, a fascinating company to work for. In the meantime, I've also moved with my family to Singapore and back to Holland, and we are about to move again. And I notice from my children that also they enjoy, the international environment. And although they also enjoy being back in Holland, they look forward, to the next move that we will make shortly. I joined BAM in 1991 as junior engineer on a project in the Caribbean. From there on, I moved to Libya, where we built the civil works for power stations, where I was in the role of project engineer. Following that, I moved to Ghana, where we built a turnkey hospital together with Philips. And I was there in the role of project manager. Then I moved back to the head office in Holland, starting as contracts manager, working in the area Asia Pacific, focused on acquisition, business development. In 2003 I became area manager for Asia Pacific and Australia. And in 2012 I took on the challenge of the area Americas. On the Vale project, we worked with 2 joint venture partners, and from day one it's making sure with the team that we start off on the right track. So being organized and making sure that the design starts off in the right fashion, and subsequently work execution. It's a job with a lot of aspects, from the design, of course, all the procurement and the major equipment required on site to build the project. Specifically in Vale, the challenge was to install 100-meter long steel piles for the platform. So that's a tremendous challenge for the team, but we managed that successfully. As area manager Americas, I'm responsible for business development, first of all, to acquire the projects. We have in the meantime been able to secure a substantial project in Costa Rica for APM Terminals, where we are building a container port on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. We have more projects that we are looking into. As such, we are looking for colleagues to join us, that have the technical background to work in marine projects, and that speak both Spanish and English. So sufficient challenges, for those people interested to join us in projects in Latin America. For those interested to work, in an international environment, the challenges, of course, are working with colleagues from different nationalities in an environment where you start from scratch, setting up your project and your project team on a location where, there is not too much there. Setting up your offices, your site facilities, and then, building the projects, to the requirements of our clients. At the end of the day, there is fantastic projects that we have realized, and to which you look back, with pride that you have been part of making that happen.